that was weird. I gotta move that. Okay, so going live, and it's a little bit messy. So I'm setting it up a little bit different, as you can see. So hopefully this is okay. I know the light glaring is not the best, so I'll try to fix that. Not the best lighting, I'm realizing that now, but we'll get the message, right? So I'm going live, and I usually don't go live, so I'm trying to switch up my spot here so that we're gonna work with it, okay? It's a ray of light. Let's take it as something good. So we're talking about the supermoon in Capricorn, and that's 3 degrees 27 minutes. So for those of us who meditate, and I'll mention meditation a little bit later on, you can do a 31-minute meditation from like a Kundalini approach to understanding the power of meditation and to manifest under this earth moon, right? So as you guys can tell, I'm in a different location, so it's not my usual setup. I don't want to close the light, but it's just reflecting on here, so oh well. All right, so Pacific time at 11:39 p.m. is going to be the high peak of this moon, okay? And of course, it's happening today, the 24th of June. The 22nd of June was coming out of Mercury retrograde, okay? And I hope that everyone did their Mercury retrograde work. I've already made posts on it already. I've talked to a few people about this Mercury retrograde and the experience of it and so on. So I want to apologize for the angle because I don't really care for this angle, but it is what it is. So this Capricorn is a super moon, and it's also known as a strawberry moon, right? So we'll get into that later on. What I first want to talk about is the energy of this moon, okay? And just some main focus of this Capricorn moon. So with Capricorn, if you practice any kind of Qigong or Reiki, your backbone, your joints, your knees, your skin, and your hair, this is the part of the body that Capricorn governs, okay? And we want to give special attention to that. Give me a second. Let me bring my dragon over here for some light. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. So you want to give special attention to this part of your body, okay? Especially in this earth energy new or full moon, okay? So for some of you, you might be feeling that like at your joints, especially if you exercise a lot. Sorry about this ankle. When you go live on a new device, it doesn't give you the opportunity to fix everything. Yay, this is a lot better. Okay, way better. All right, I like this. And I got my little dragon light with me. So I like this. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are setting some positive intentions on the full moon. See where we have come from. This is way better, from the new moon intention that we set in January. So I'll even cover that later on as well. So we want to feel how we're feeling. Tap into the body. See how you're feeling on this full moon. What do you still need to work on? Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to go? Okay, so we know the backbone, the joints, the knees, the skin, and the hair is particular focus. So if you want to do some kind of hair treatment, giving this part of the body extra care, not overworking it, some kind of self-care, skin work, okay? Knees, extra attention to the knees if you do yoga, massage yourself, qigong energy work, reiki energy work, some tai chi, right? And the backbone, so maybe a gentle back bend if you work with your Pilates ball. I teach Pilates, so any kind of self-care that you can do and ground yourself in this Capricorn energy. We all have Capricorn within our birth chart, and just see where your Capricorn is in your birth chart. What is it? Is it in a weak spot? Is it in a powerful spot, use that to your advantage, okay? So the main focus is Capricorn is an earth sign, an earth element, so it's a grounding mood. It's time to get focused, right? Then we have it as a cardinal sign. So the cardinal sign starts off all the seasons that we experience, right? So we have Libra that starts fall, we have Aries that starts spring, Cancer, which is the season that we're in right now. Cancer started on the 20th this year, right? We go by the old calendar, right? So every year the zodiac signs will start either on the 20th, 21st, sometimes the 19th, okay? So the cardinal sign is Cancer that starts summer. So happy summer, everyone, okay? Happy birthday, happy Cancer zodiac season to all the Cancerian signs, right? I know some of you want to change that zodiac sign. You don't care for the name. And who knows, maybe we'll get real spiritual and change it, the crab, right? Capricorn starts winter, okay? So when you think of the cardinal signs, and this just came to me writing this out for this video, the cardinal signs are earth, has that kind of earth energy where they are visionary people. Anyone can have that, right? So the cardinal signs are known as visionary people, as leaders, and as self-starters. So anyone can have those qualities regardless of your zodiac sign, right? And they initiate the beginning of the 4 seasons, of any of those four seasons. But you think of when the seasons change, you either have to do a feng shui, a cleaning, you have to get ready for that climate and get your body ready for it so you can handle the weather. For where I am, it's extremely hot. Last week, extremely hot. So being a visionary person is really being proactive. And that's the strong word that popped up for me when I was making this video. It's all about being proactive and being a good leader for yourself initially, right? And being a self-starter for yourself. And this whole self-starter leadership goes into some of the transits that I'm going to mention. I think I'm only going to mention 2 or 3 transits in this video. Okay, so that's the cardinal sign message. Ruling planet, excuse me, is Saturn. And we know we have a Saturn retrograde going on. We'll talk about that as well. Now, the traits for Capricorn, or the gifts that they have that we can use to benefit ourselves, is being organized, being ambitious, being disciplined in our work. What goals are we going for? Because we're going to discuss that in the meaning for this reading, okay? Or for this moon, right? So this moon's meaning. All right, I didn't highlight that, but I just did now. So being organized, Capricorns are known for, say, the matrix, the business world, getting goals done, getting things accomplished, right? Organized, having ambition, discipline, being practical. So how can this benefit your life where you are right now? Goal oriented, reaching high positions in your career, right? Maybe you need a career change. That's a big thing now with what we experienced in 2020. You see a lot of articles about people making a career change. When you go through a traumatic event, you realize what you don't want to go through anymore. For me, April and May was very traumatic. Leading up to that was a lot of mess and confusion. So we all go through that, and we can make that positive change. So this Earth Capricorn Sirius energy is really asking us to evaluate ourselves, and a lot of people made career changes in 2020 and 2021. It's a grounding you to reality, okay? We can use that for that. I'm not using a mic, so I'm close enough to the camera, so I want no complaints about hearing anything. Take yourself somewhere else, use a headphone, okay? So, all right, so grounded reality, right? And this will help you in accomplishing your goals, okay? Being very independent, maybe re-sparking your own independence, being even more responsible. Now, the negative traits, and for me, I think the negative traits can be good because it's also your intuition. For instance, if you're worried about something, you feel fear about something, it doesn't always mean you're being pessimistic. It means that that's a warning that something is not right. And that's something that I experienced in April and May. So being worried or seeing signs of things, it's your intuition. So the negative part it is negative. Capricorns are known for being emotional, cold, brutal, especially when you're angry. So this is helping you to really not attract that kind of negative energy, working through that in the Saturn retrograde. This all comes in, right? Being impulsive when it comes to something that you want, being critical, manipulative, suspicious, okay? That could be also a Scorpio thing too, or Scorpio rising. And too materialistic. Now, some of us who are not materialistic in the sense of self-care, taking care of yourself, making sure you're safe, you can tap into this full moon to recharge yourself. And we're out of this, all of these eclipses, the moon and the sun eclipses. So we're out of that. So we can tap into this full moon I'm really excited about. Even though earth signs could be too controlling and harsh in how they say things. And someone, I was watching this YouTube video of this radio show, and he was saying about how he and his father, I guess he got the trait from his father, too harsh in how you speak to someone. So you have to understand how a person is, but then you have to make those changes if you care about, your family member, your partner. So really knowing how you communicate, and we were just coming out of that Mercury retrograde, so hopefully we use that in a positive way to evaluate how we communicate to ourselves, how we communicate to others. Now that we're in this Saturn retrograde, we can use that energy, okay? So what is the main purpose of this full moon? This full moon is for you to recharge in working through your past fears, going for your goals. I'm saying it in different ways. Believing in yourself, believing in your abilities, right? So any work goals that you have for yourself, any type of opportunities that you want to come your way, believe and know that you are worthy of what you want, or what you need rather. Capricorn is on a need basis, but they get what they want, because the earth element is all elements in one. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I always say that, right? From a Qigong teaching, right? Elemental teaching, but it's grounded, right? So it's goals that are needed, your foundation, your basics, and we're all coming out of that. Some of us did really great during 2020 financially, because if you're a go-getter, you pick up another job, you keep it going, right? It's a survival mode. It brings balance. It brings order to your life. It's a new greater chapter in your life right now is what this Capricorn moon is about. Now, when was the last new moon in Capricorn? That happened January 12th, okay, this year, 2021. The beginning of this year was the new moon in Capricorn. What was happening the week before that, that particular week, and all of January, right? So what was going on then in your life, right? How are things better now or worse? So these are questions to kind of like think about. What goal or intention did you set on that Capricorn new moon? What has changed since that Capricorn new moon on January 12th? And what did you learn? So when the full moon comes around, it's a good time to really look at where we were on the new moon. What grounding intentions did you set under that Capricorn meaning and the Capricorn meaning in your birth chart? And also you can look at it as what's going on in your life, or what goals you had for yourself at that particular new moon. So there's three things you're looking at, is combining the Capricorn meaning itself, then the new moon meaning of intention, and what goals you have for yourself that Capricorn can reinforce in a powerful way, because you're working with the moon's energy, right? So let's look at the transit right now. We have the moon sextile Jupiter in Pisces. This is optimistic. This is 1 degree 7 minutes, okay? So 17 minutes. So you can use about 20 minutes to really use this transit as a meditation if you want, okay? So this moon sextile Jupiter is in Pisces. Pisces, you think about intuition, dreams. Look up Pisces and, So this moon, the emotions and your ability to really see beyond the veil or what things are, and really look at yourself and things in a spiritual way. It's an optimistic aspect in transition, right? Or transit. It's a positive energy, and you want to share your positive energy, right? So if you're experiencing a negative person, you want to raise that vibration and be positive. That's what this transit is about. You can even use it in your meditation. So it connects it connects to the energy to block negative people and gossip, right? It's kind of like, you know who you are, you keep your energy positive and keep going. Keep being you, keep focusing on the positive and not the negative, right? It's a friendly aspect. It's a 60-degree aspect. So if you're into numerology or shapes, you can use that. Or if you're into art and drawing, you can incorporate that in your ritual for the new moon. The 60 degrees apart is what this sextile is all about. Sextiles are 60 degrees apart. It's a happy transition, or it's a happy situation, okay? And you can create joy through your will. So if you're experiencing anything negative at work, within yourself, your life, you can create that positive situation around you by your sheer will. You don't have to talk to anyone about it, nothing. You can create a peaceful home, right? You can use this energy to create harmony in your home. You can use this for your study. If you are a student, again, everyone can be a student. So you can use this moon sextile Jupiter in Pisces. And if you're going through any legal issues right now, you can use that as a positive transition to help you with that. Another aspect I want to mention is the moon trine Saturn, 3 degrees 33 minutes. So when it's 33 minutes from a Kundalini meditation, you can move it up to an hour meditation or a 62 minutes meditation, right? And I'll talk about that later on for another aspect. So this moon trines Saturn at 3 degrees 33 minutes is a harmonious one. It's good to use this aspect along with the full moon to clear your thinking. And remember that Saturn is in retrograde from May 23rd, that's yesterday, to Sunday, October 10th, right? And it's happening in independent Aquarius, right? So the Aquarius. So Aquarius is a very future thinking air sign. It has a lot of strong emotions. It's a water bearer. So you think about this Saturn retrograde happening in Aquarius, and the meaning, you're applying the meaning of Saturn, which I'll discuss, and then you add the meaning of Aquarius, and look at Aquarius and Saturn in your birth chart and see what messages both of them bring, okay? So with this moon trining Saturn, you want to, well, not the moon trining Saturn, but with Saturn's energy in retrograde, you want to honor yourself, right? Don't allow yourself to be forced into anything that you don't want to do. With this Saturn retrograde, you want to let go of negative thinking, any limiting thoughts, beliefs, anything that blocks you from your true Saturn power, which is a fast learner, a strong learner, a very fast disciplined teacher. And you might have to be the teacher for yourself. So there's another aspect I'm going to mention, and this Saturn retrograde can really help you, okay, to master yourself and your emotions. Maybe you have to be whatever it is that's not there for you, right? Emotionally, right? Form healthy boundaries with the Saturn retrograde, and any kind of peer groups that you feel like you're looking down on yourself, you need to let go of those peer groups and really connect to mastering yourself, okay? A 62-minute base Kundalini meditation can definitely help you with the Saturn retrograde, but also with the moon sextiling Jupiter, in being optimistic. So find an optimistic Kundalini meditation, do that for 1 hour or 62 minutes, okay, of positive energy or being optimistic, okay? So remember that this, because I know I was talking about the Saturn retrograde, but just to clarify that the moon sextile Jupiter in Pisces is very optimistic, is a positive energy. You want to share that energy, and you want to share it through just your own energy and your willpower, okay? So just your energy, and it blocks negative people, negative gossip, right? And this is like a psychology of the mind to really use these transit the meaning and see how they apply to your life right now and make those changes. So let me talk about this 62 minutes if you're using Kundalini meditation, right? It's going to change the gray matter in your mind, in your brain, okay? And it integrates the subconscious, the shadow mind, and the outer projection. So the shadow mind is like the subconscious mind, the things that we're not really willing to look at ourselves. And that's for me too. And even last week conversation with someone is just realizing a personality clash, but you can still have love for that person, right? So you want to change that negative thinking that you're not willing to look at in the subconscious mind, like shadow work, shadow mind, right? And change to that positive outer projection, right? Once you do the inner work, the inner healing, your outer projection is better because your inner self is better, okay? And you can do this work even in the Saturn retrograde, all right? So with if you're looking for a meditation that works on the shadow mind or the subconscious mind, that would be really good for the for this Mars opposing Saturn. This other transit we're going to mention is Mars opposing Saturn, 4 degrees 32 minutes. So 32 minutes, you can do 1 hour meditation, or you can do the 62-minute meditation, which will be good, right? So this will just help clear up and bring harmony to the endocrine system, all of your glands in your body. It's just going to strengthen your mindfulness, keeping you focused and steady on what you're supposed to be focusing on in the meditation. It's going, like I said, it's going to be good for your glands. It's going to be good for your mental health and your well-being. It's really, in the meditation, is shutting down certain sensories in your mind so you can focus on your breathing and the present moment. Very mindfulness, right? So the mind is so powerful that you can be thinking of 2 or 4 things at once, but if you're focused on one thing, you're focusing on the air, the wind around you. You're focusing on the noise and the sound, but you're focusing on it for that one purpose, and that one is the Mars opposing Saturn. This is a challenging aspect, okay? And this coincides with Saturn retrograde too, because you think of Mars as powerful, a fire planet, right? And you think of Saturn is very powerful and dominating teacher that wants you to learn fast and is very disciplinary. So it's a challenging aspect, can leave you feeling very sad and lonely. Like if you're feeling like lack of attention, lack of love, feeling lonely, isolated, like I was saying before, in the other transit, right, the positive energy of Moon sextile Jupiter in Pisces, you want to really focus in on being positive for yourself. Tap into that Saturn retrograde work, right? Because this Mars opposing Saturn can leave you feeling sad, lonely, isolated, right? And it also triggers in people, and if you naturally have this, not being able to finish something you started, even though you know this project is vital to you, it's so important to you. You might have self-doubt, there might be an obstacle in the road, and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna just give up, because there's some kind of little, roadblock. Don't give up, okay? Keep going, because this is something that is vital for you. Even if it's something important, if it's a bad flaw of giving up or letting fear take over, this aspect is going to bring that up. But you have to have that powerful will within you and tapping into that Capricorn energy of seeing things through, being organized, and keeping yourself focused. Using time management is going to be really important, and adding a daily structure to your life is going to be really important. So any of those blocks that I say that will come up, any roadblocks, obstacles, don't let them stop your progress. And this is powerful between, I think Saturn retrograde started on the 23rd, right? Yesterday, right? And then on the 22nd of June, Mercury finished up its retrograde. And on the 23rd, Saturn went into its retrograde. And Saturn retrograde lasts until October 10th. So whatever other practices you're going to be doing between now, summer, the start of fall to October 10th, keep that practice still of even at the Saturn hour. And you have to look at the planetary hours because I've been mentioning that for many months now, okay? Even get an app and figure out the planetary hours. And if you are busy working, because it happens twice in the day that you're usually awake, right? And if you're busy, then you can set the intention for that hour. And when you know that it's that hour, you can probably mentally say a chant or an affirmation to connect to that Saturn energy. So if it's something that is important to you, you want to work towards that. Be more persistent and steady and tap into that Capricorn energy of that. Time management, daily organization, daily structure. Okay, we're at almost 26 minutes now into this video. So stones, okay? The stones that will be good for Capricorn, okay? All right. Now, with your stones, you want to charge them in this full moon. You don't want to do any kind of crystal stone work when we had those eclipses. We know that, right? So this is a great full moon now. We still have the energy of the eclipses a little bit, but we're out of it. Let's cancel it out. We already experienced it, right? So we learned what we had to learn. So work, the stones are good for work. Anything that has to do with bettering you and cleansing your crystals, your stones, or any items, you want to cleanse it and recharge it in this full moon, right? And the powerful way of using the stones for this moon is for grounding, strength and grounding, and go-getter or self-starter energy. So you can program one of your stones to be strongly grounded, to be a go-getter, to be a self-starter under this moon. You can do a special crystal programming of your stones for career, okay? So you can use either ruby, citrine, aventurine, pyrite, tiger's eye, okay? And any of the other Capricorn stones, which would be ruby, lapis lazuli, onyx, and look up the meaning of the stone itself and match it up good. That's your little research, okay? Blue, sapphire, tiger's eye, solidite, snowflake, obsidian, I love those, this is pretty. Smoky quartz, I love those too. Garnet and moonstone. I think garnet and ruby are really powerful. Not everyone will have a ruby, but if you ever get a ruby stone on a ring or a pendant, you can really maximize it, use it. You know, maybe some of you will run out and get a little ruby, you know, I don't know. But any of the stones that you have, and if you don't have these stones and you have a clear quartz, you can program that clear quartz for that particular stone. And then you can cleanse it, you know, on a waning moon and on another moon. I like to cleanse them twice, if you know, whenever you're done using it, right? Until you get the stone that you want, and then program it, okay? So ruby is for luck, passion, right? It bestows names. It's good for that. Recognition, fame, favor from powerful people. The citrine is financial, career success. It's known as the money stone, the business owner stone, or the merchant stone, okay? Now, the aventurine is a prosperity stone. It helps with anxiety, depression, strengthens leadership. It is good for decisiveness, Mars energy, okay? Mars opposition to Saturn. So the aventurine is really good for the Mars opposition to Saturn that we just talked about. And it's good for decisiveness, okay, with this Mars opposing Saturn. The aventurine is good for prosperity and all that. So that's a powerful one. If you connect it to the aspect of Mars opposing Saturn and need work with that, then that would be a good stone. The pyrite is good for, it's grounding too. It's good for luck, abundance. It's an attractor stone, a money stone, right? And creative energy, because your own energy that you create is going to attract the work that you get. And the manifester, okay? Don't be a person, and I've had that experience where someone wants you to set up the table, or wants me to set up the table for everything. And it's like, no, you got to do the work too, you know? So tiger's eye, release fear. It's a protection stone. It releases anxiety. It helps bring harmony and balance. What did I write here? It's a take action stone, okay? It's a strong decision making stone. It's about discernment and understanding, okay? So discernment is really powerful, and we can try our best, but sometimes things happen and we reconnect to discernment, right? So Capricorn, we have ruby. For Capricorn, I already told you all the Capricorn stones, so I don't have to rehash that. Now, herbs. Let's get into the herbs, okay? 30 minutes, 20 seconds, my clock is saying herbs, okay? So we have berries and raspberry. So this is a strawberry moon. So the strawberry moon is when we see strawberries in bloom. I wish I was, back east to pick some strawberries. This spring was crazy, like I said, for me. So I didn't get to plant anything, but it's a strawberry moon. So you think of all the antioxidant and strawberries, it's going to be really good for us to eat that. Okay. Let me see if I can open this window for more light for myself. Okay, right? So that's going to be really good. Now, raspberries is low in calories. Okay, I want to focus on raspberries because they're really good for PMS relief, strengthening the uterine muscles for women, right? It helps relieve in cramps and so on, right? So it's low in calories, high in fiber, minerals, vitamins, antioxidant, okay? Now, strawberries, since it's a strawberry moon, vitamin C, B9, potassium, magnesium, antioxidant, blood sugar control, and heart health. All right. So let me bring up, I got to bring up the reading. So for everyone, the reading for everybody, right? Everyone can benefit under this full moon in Capricorn by focusing on what can ground you, your career. Where do you see your career going? It's a very career moon. I got to put that in the hashtags for this video. It's working past your fears, going for your goals, believing in yourself. I've been working on that a lot. Our abilities, our work goals, being optimistic. Believe and know that you're worthy. You deserve good things to happen to you, and your needs to be met. Your goals should be what you need, your survival. I'm rehashing that. Bring balance and order to your life, a new greater chapter in your life, okay? So let me bring up the moon calendar, because I said I wouldn't really go through all of this because it makes it long, but it's fun, to see it. But everyone can benefit from this, okay? And we're looking at, let me look at the aspects a little bit more, get more detail on them for you guys. So bring up your own birth charts too. Don't just sit there. Find a birth chart calendar as well. Okay, so let me just look at this. Now from my chart, hopefully this one seems correct. Gemini, a lot of 9th house energy, a little bit of 10th house, because Capricorn is 10th house career. Gemini has, of course, Mercury, the North Node, all right? So that's a powerful Gemini energy. I was looking at some other transit. I'll probably talk about that in another video, especially for Geminis, because we're just coming out of Gemini birthday season and into Cancer. Okay, Cancer, you have the Sun. It's your birthday. You have 10th house, so it's good for careers. Gemini, look at 9th house and 10th house to boost any kind of positivity from those houses. Cancer, boost positivity for you from the 10th house of career. You have the Sun, so focus on yourself and what will better yourself. Okay. I want to say Venus. You have Venus as well. Okay, Leo, you have Mars. You have 11th house. Use that to strengthen you. Okay. Virgo, you have the 12th house and the ascendant. So look at 12th house issues. Okay. You really use the 12th house issues also to block and to create that spiritual deep connection and inspire yourself while you're inspiring others and rise above negativity, because you know that you're awesome. You know that you're great, Virgos, right? Libra, some first and second house issues, no planet. So really look at, what first house things is important for you to do, Libra, and second house, okay? No planets in Scorpio, okay, but second or third house, okay? Sagittarius, you have the South Node because you're opposite Gemini, okay? And you have that third house issue, so look into that. Capricorn, you have the Moon, okay? So that's powerful. Look at your emotion and fourth house issues. What does fourth house mean for you? Look into that as well, okay? Aquarius, you have the Saturn, okay? You have Pluto, so check into that and fifth house issues. Pisces, you have, say, Jupiter, that's really good in retrograde, just like Saturn's in retrograde and Pluto's in retrograde for Aquarius. So Pisces, you have that Jupiter retrograde energy, okay? You have the fortune energy, so luckiness right there. So really be private about your money and about what you want to manifest. I want to go back to Virgo. You're in the ascendant, so you know you can look at it as attention and rise above things and be more visual. So do something that's going to be more visual for you, that you know will be something positive for you and others, okay? Focus on that. Aries, you have healing to do, that Chiron. So you're helping others, and that will help you strongly in the future. Even next spring will be greater for you, okay? Next spring for Aquarius, for Aries, I'm seeing it so powerful. It's going to be great for you. You have seventh house issues, okay? So look into that. For Pisces, I didn't say sixth house. So Pisces is sixth house, okay? Look at your sixth house issues. Okay, so Aries, really look at your healing that you have to do in seventh and eighth house, okay? And the eighth house is, the seventh house is your relationship with people. So that will be stronger and better, make it good. And especially close bonding relationship. And the eighth house is how you receive money from others. So you're going to need to recuperate and to grow. And people are going to be there and want it because you offer so much that it's just a good balanced flow. Taurus, you have the Uranus, right? And you have the Lilith. So this Uranus energy in the 8th and the 9th house a bit for some of you, it's all moving energy. So look at your 8th house and your 9th house and how Uranus can benefit that as it's not in retrograde, right? So that's all the planets, but it's all goal oriented on what you need to do. All right, I'm going to do the tarot card, pick a card next, so you guys can watch that video. I hope this video was helpful to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I don't know how to end this video. I haven't went live in a long time. So thank you guys for watching while I try and figure out how to end this. So thank you guys and have a happy June going into July. I hope everyone's doing well and really focus on the power of the work that you can do. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.